Something tells me Marvel's got to check their security team because I don't know how this trailer is getting leaked online first, and then out of nowhere it plays in the theater, and then it's like, okay, you know what? We'll release it online. They could see it anyway. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, Derek here, the review, back again with another video. So we have another trailer for Avengers Doomsday, which I guess I can assume are the character trailers because I feel like, oh, they're not trailers really telling us what's going on, but it's more like reintroductions to a couple of the characters or the mainstays, or should I say the main characters, I guess, of this movie. We just had one for Steve Rogers' return to the MCU. Now we have Thor coming back into this, where I'm like, okay, we already knew he was going to come back because he was part of the casting. But also, it's a little journey with Thor where I feel like, okay, you know what? I'm not particularly one of those guys where I'm like, I don't like Thor at all because I feel like Thor is one of those characters where I'm like, oh, he had a good jump start in the beginning, but where we left him last, yeah, that's not one I feel like the direction he should be going with again. Where I stand with Thor is that I kind of like his introduction in the first movie where I feel like, oh, we're bringing in gods to the MCU, specifically where I'm like, okay, these aren't heroes, kind of. I guess we're dealing with mythology at this point. And at the time, I thought, oh, I actually do kind of like the way they integrated gods into the MCU, introduced new lore that also was the thing to pave the way for the Infinity Stones to be the main storyline in the MCU. And bringing us one of the best villains out there, Loki. I even like the Dark World because I'm going to be honest with you, I have been rewatching the MCUs for a minute now where I'm like, oh, these trailers are coming out, so I might as well watch it from the very beginning to where it is now. And I feel like, okay, not everybody likes Thor: The Dark World. I feel it's like the villain isn't Malekith isn't really that threatening, and I feel like the whole thing was, oh, the ether was just something he wants to use to actually control everything. I was like, okay, end of the world stuff after we just had an end of the world stuff in Avengers where I thought, yeah, another villain would have been better, but I feel like they wanted to pick out something out of the mythologies instead of actually a big Marvel villain character where I'm like, yeah, the fans would know who that is, but I guess nobody cares who Malekith is at all. It wasn't until Thor Ragnarok where I feel like, okay, we have a new director, Taika Waititi, and he's going to bring his own style and flair into Thor, where I thought, okay, I haven't heard a lot of him that much at the time where I'm like, okay, we'll see how it looks when the trailer comes out. And when I saw the pictures first where it showed Thor with his shaved hair, with his whole gladiator style look, even having the helmet as in the actual iconic helmet, I'm like, okay, that's a choice. And when we saw we had, oh, we're bringing in Sakaar, Hulk and Planet Hulk gear, where I thought, okay, you know what? I'm actually going to be into this. And when the movie came out, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be one of those guys where I say this, but I didn't watch Thor Ragnarok in theater in his own. It I guess is the first Marvel movie I didn't actually watch in its run because at the time I thought, well, you know what? I'm gonna be a supporter. I'm gonna go watch the Justice League movie.
You what?
Until I realized, yeah, that was the worst mistake I made. And a month later, when that Infinity War trailer dropped, and I saw Thor with an eye patch, I was like, wait a minute, what just happened? Because I didn't even see Ragnarok and this trailer is out, so I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of confused on that part. But here's where the problem did come because he had a big arc in Avengers to Endgame, where I'm like, okay, he had a big arc from, oh, I just want to stop my brother and actually do something with the stones. Because right around Age of Ultron was, okay, I have to see what's going on. And he went to this whole journey to figure out what was going on with the Infinity Stones. Not only that, but also losing Asgard in the process. From the beginning of Infinity War, he was a warrior until yeah, everybody lost, and he felt like, yeah, I don't have anything to fight for anymore, and kind of got fat in Endgame until we feel like, you know what? There's one last chance I could do this, and once they found out they could do everything and turn everything back the way it was and bring everybody back, that was the jump start. And it's like, you know what? I guess that's just that point where I just retire and just leave everything to Valkyrie, and then Love and Thunder was the whole, yeah. At that point, I feel like that was the lowest one. At that point, Thor became a joke. Mostly all the Asgard, Norse mythology stuff we knew from the earliest movies was gone at that point, and I thought, yeah, this is all play for comedy. And since the director doesn't even want anything to do with this anymore and didn't care in midway doing it, I thought, you know what? Yeah, I feel like at this point we should lay Thor to rest. And if this is the end we're gonna see with this character, I guess that's might as well be it. A lot of intro to cover, but also something that feels well suited for a personal movie review. So, in that case, let's get to the trailer.
Father, all my life, I have answered every call
Hmm.
to honor, duty, to war.
Side note, but like the first teaser, it looks
But I'm
oddly
afraid
nice.
it's given me something I never sought.
Love, who's
A
also his
child,
daughter.
a life untouched by the storm. Lend me the strength of the old fathers,
Holding on to
so that I may
Stonebreaker.
fight once more, defeat one more enemy, and return home to her. Not as a warrior, but as warmth. To teach her not battle, but stillness. The kind I never knew. Please, Father, heed my words.
Hmm. Another, and they updated the time day. Surprisingly, with this one, it actually looks a bit more well established, like as if this was a continuation from Thor from Endgame to here. Because I feel like, yeah, you still have the whole love daughter sub thing, but I'm like, you know what? This feels like Thor more in line with the first couple movies instead of what we just had. Also, I'm kind of liking the way the movie's starting to look because I feel like, yeah, the Russo brothers are back for this, but in their style, I'm like, yeah, I see a lot of color, but also the way everything is looking textured, but like as if they're out in actual sets and doesn't look like it's just green screen out of the volume that they keep using. It's been a while since everything looked real in movies, and I'm like, at least you guys are actually making this look kind of real. But seeing as though this feels like a Thor trailer where it's like, okay, this is going to be the thing that's motivating him to join the fight again, because it looks like, yeah, something has happened to Love. Either she's been kidnapped, it kind of has to be kidnapped. I feel like, yeah, Doom found his way to him, and I guess it looks like that. Yeah, this whole style, it feels like the very end of a chapter of Thor at this point, because I feel like, yeah, I know we had the whole Hercules thing going on in the background, which is going to be exactly retconned right after this reset. But out of the mainstay Avengers, I guess he's the one that actually is going through an arc, and something has I don't even know if I want to say he's had it worse, but I guess you could say out of all the Avengers characters, as in the main six, out of the ones who are still alive, I guess I could say he's the one that has been. He lost people. He lost his dad, his family. I could just say he lost his world. At that point, he lost his hammer twice. I guess I could say, yeah, he lost it the first time, but also I guess he kind of has it back. And he lost his girlfriend. Where I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of suffering and baggage on Thor. And seeing him pray in the trailer is like, yeah, this feels like the last stand for you. And hopefully he does make it through this because I'm like, yeah, we have like everybody in this one. I guess you could say if I want to see any other Avengers characters move it on to Secret Wars and still be alive, I guess Thor would have to be the one I'm like, yeah, if he can retire after Secret Wars, I'd be fine with it. I'd rather just have him fight the last fight and actually make it through this one. And knowing that these are just character trails at this point where I'm like, okay, so this is explaining your main motivation to come into the fight and actually joining to stop Doctor Doom. And I guess the next trailer is supposedly I guess the Doom trailer because I feel like okay, we have Captain America, we have Thor, and we're gonna be moving on to the next one. I guess you could say, yeah, it has to be Robert Downey Jr., but not him as Iron Man, but it would be Doctor Doom. And I guess they're saving the fourth one as Fantastic Four because they wouldn't just put four trailers for no reason. All there is to say, the trailer looks good, and I kind of like the way that they're redoing Thor in this because I feel like, yeah, we need the dark and not dark, but I would say we need the serious Thor again, the one who's actually down to be a warrior again. All right, guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. All my social media is down in the description below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.